next stop is Central Line, Circle Line, Hammersmith and City Line, Metropolitan Line.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Andrea and I'm a music photographer based in London and I do videos mostly about that. As I just said that, I think that was the first thing I said all day, so I'm a bit crusty. I'm really testing my social anxiety right now. So I came to St. James Park today because it is my favorite park in all of London, and it does change a lot. But as of now, and for a long time, it's been my favorite park. I decided that one of my main priorities the next few days was to come out and come into the sun, and I brought some stuff so that I could work from the park. But also, as soon as I arrived, I realized that I didn't send all the files over to my devices here, so I actually can't work. So I brought all the heavy equipment for nothing. But at least the intention was there. For the commute, I brought Hamnet. I actually started reading it today. Oh, I think this is, can you hear that? I think that's Big Ben. What time is it? Anyway, I think on my last vlog, I said that I was gonna read Frankenstein next, but I changed my mind. Because I'm just feeling a greater pull towards this one. And I honestly think it's because the actress of the movie just won an Oscar and I've heard so many good things about it, and I like to grab a book when I feel very attracted to it in the moment because it just gets me reading a little bit faster. I try not to buy books if I'm not gonna read them immediately, which I kind of cheated on. And this is what happens when you have very set rules for yourself, when you're very strict. Sometimes you slip up and you kind of do the opposite. But anyway, we all, you know, we're not perfect. I bought a few books when I was on my way to Portugal. Hamnet was one of them. I started reading it today and I'm really liking it so far. One thing that I did notice though is that like most of the books on my TBR are all related to shows and movies, and it just got me thinking, where is my integrity? Like, I feel like I'm just getting pushed to read certain books because of what's out in the media at the moment, and that's not always true, but right now I feel like it did happen. And you know what? I don't want to be too harsh on myself about that because I'm just happy that I'm back to reading, and these are good books too, so it doesn't really matter why I pick them up. Sometimes when there are movies that just came out and I really want to watch them, and there are stories that I do want to consume and I do want to read, I'll read it within that timeline and try to catch them at the cinema. But I think that's why I select the books that I do. It's because it's nice to have a little deadline to kind of push you towards reading. Having said that, I think I'm also gonna finally read Dune Messiah because the trailer was just announced yesterday. I haven't allowed myself to watch the trailer yet because I wanna trip out, read the book myself, see what I come up with in my head, and then see it come to life at the cinema. It's like one of my favorite things. That's also why I like reading books when there's like movies coming out. I always have so many ideas of what I wanna talk about before I turn the camera on. Like on the train here, and walking here and everything, I had like so many ideas of things I wanted to talk about and mention, and then I turn on the camera and it's just pure stage fright and panic. But I think it's getting better because today it only took me like 2 minutes to turn the camera on. And also, actually, one thing that kind of touches back on that a little bit, I was speaking with my bestie the other day about how scary the internet kind of is. As someone who overthinks everything and sees multiple sides to everything, I find putting myself in the internet a little bit scary because it kind of cements you as a person without a lot of context of who you actually are. Like, I feel like what I put out here is only a very small percentage of who I am as a person, and then I might say something now and then I might change my mind later, and then people might come back and be like, oh, but I thought you liked this, those were your opinions on that, and I thought you were this kind of person. Because I think when people watch you, or even when they meet you, but I think when they meet you in real life, they have a little bit more of a breadth, a little bit more context of who you are as a person. But online, I feel like they put you in this box and they expect you to kind of stay in the box, and people change and people grow and opinions change, and it's just kind of scary to put my personality out there, but whatever. I mean, oh. And also, I think this is something that I really noticed on the video that I was talking at another park on maybe a couple vlogs ago, where I think I was describing how I was feeling, and even the words that I used were really putting myself in a box. So I was like saying how, oh, I'm usually a very introverted person and whatever, and that's not always true. And I think we also do that to ourselves. It's not just people online. I think we also put ourselves in certain boxes, and then we don't really allow ourselves to find ways to act differently. I'll then act also like accordingly to what I expect myself to act like, if that makes sense. So I'll continue to live as an introvert, even if I might have certain inklings to be more extroverted. Maybe I won't follow through because I'm like, oh no, that's not really who I am, or it's kind of an unconscious thing, subconscious thing, I think even. So I think it's important to obviously have your morals, have your identity, and have your personality, but also be open to changes and acting differently and exploring different parts of your personality and things that you might want to do, and not cage yourself in. Like, maybe I need to gaslight myself into thinking that I'm the most extroverted person, and it's so easy for me to talk outside. I love doing it and I don't care, like it's fine, I'm not really disturbing anyone, there's nothing wrong with doing it. So now that's me. And before that, I used to think that this was completely undoable. So I'm trying to like shift my mind and my narrative about my identity, so I'm able to do things and try things that I've been wanting to try for ages. Anyway, this is the level of thought process that I go through pretty much every time that I film. I'm having a bit of a crisis with my hair because I had it straight for a while, and I think this is the problem. I try not to straighten my hair for many reasons, right? First of all, I get annoyed at the fact that I feel prettier when my hair is straight because, first of all, it's not natural. It's not really who I am. It's not really what my body looks like naturally. And also, it obviously ruins my hair to straighten it. And also, I think my hair is a big part of my heritage in a way. I'm half Brazilian, half Portuguese, and I don't like the concept of having to tame it and burn it in order to fit in. Also, I know I'm being very dramatic. My hair is, is pretty manageable. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel like it is manageable, okay? This is my truth. I know there is hair out there that causes more conflict for people, more problems, but for me, it causes a lot. This is me rebelling against the oppression within me for myself. I feel like the ugly duckling version of myself when my hair is like this, but I want to be strong. This is me, this is my natural self. It's beautiful, it's fine. But I think it's hard because with YouTube, well, I like a variety of things, but there's a part of me that loves watching people who have really good style, beautiful hair, beautiful makeup, beautiful expression of themselves. And sometimes I feel like when I'm filming for you guys, I'm not really dressing up enough or getting ready enough or being pretty enough. But also, that would be so exhausting. So I also want to keep this manageable and keep it authentic. I don't want to get too exhausted with trying to put on a front for you guys. Like, what's the point of that? Like, what is the point? I just want to relax and be myself and share and connect and create a little, visual diary that is as authentic as I can make it. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share that I was having a bit of frustration with my appearance today. Also, like my clothes. Ugh. But I want to be sustainable. I don't want to shop too much. Also, styles change so much, so I try to buy staples, but then I feel like my style is too generic and it doesn't really express who I am properly. This video right now, it's only about the tiniest problems a person can have, okay? Also, the little old guy that I was nervous about being next to me is actually so wholesome. He's painting a beautiful portrait of the trees and the sunlight and the shadows, and it looks so beautiful. With my photography, I feel like I really found a style that I love and that I'm known for. And me trying to make videos, I'm still trying to figure out if I want them to be super artistic and beautiful and really try and get the best shots, the best lighting and all that. And there's a big part of me that wants to do that. And then there's another part of me that's like, this doesn't have to be as precise as your photography. This is a different medium. This is, a more conversational thing, a more slice of life thing. It doesn't have to be like this tidy output, this is different and that's okay. Anyway, I'm just navigating the style that I want to have with this. I want to share so much, but I also want it to remain somewhat professional, which is hard because I keep thinking like I have this other idea for a series I want to do on my channel where, I bring people in and collaborate with them there. Would those people be happy to be associated with that in the same channel? I was also speaking with my friend about that yesterday, and she said, look, your channel is small. Just do whatever you want, see what sticks, find your style, don't put a lot of pressure on yourself, which is also what I tell artists when they're starting out. It's like, don't try to push yourself a certain way right away because you haven't explored all options. You don't want to limit what you might find out by trying different things, right? So let me try and listen to my own advice. So I am going to kind of throw things at the wall and see what sticks and what I enjoy doing too. So beautiful.
It's changing so fast.
Oh yeah. You can't keep up.
You've only got about an hour max.
So nice. I've noticed a few people painting today.
Yeah, there's a group of us.
So it's the next day. I'm back home now and my hair looks so curly. So the shoot that I was gonna oversee got moved, but I thought that I would take you to another shoot that I'm doing today instead. I'm gonna be taking some photos of Courtney Barnett at Moth Club. If you've ever seen photos of artists playing in London with like a golden background, it's usually there, like golden tassels. Are they tassels? It's a release party for her latest album, and I'm just gonna go and document that. And I thought that I would take you guys along so you can kind of see it all happening and then the end result. I'm a little bit, I don't think nervous is the right word, but I have a new camera. It doesn't come to me as easily than my previous camera did, like the controls and everything. I think before it was very muscle memory. It was kind of like an extension of my hands. And now like the controls are a little bit different. It's a better camera, so I am excited. I'm just gonna have to reserve some sort of brain power to understand what I'm doing with my controls when I'm there, which is not something that I was really doing anymore.
record. It's called Mostly Patient. What's inside that cloudy little head? Come on, won't you stretch it out?